Dow futures drop 400 points after Trump's tariff threat catches traders expecting a deal off guard.
Here's a summary of the article.
A sharp sell-off will start the week on Wall Street after President Donald Trump said on Sunday that the U.S. will hike tariffs on goods imported from China, casting doubt on recent optimism that the world's two largest economies were close to a resolution to their trade battle. Though trade negotiations between Washington and Beijing officials are set to resume on Wednesday, the president lamented that the progress is moving too slowly as China tries to renegotiate terms of the deal. The apparent about-face in trade sentiment left some Wall Street insiders worried about the effect on the U.S. equity market, fresh off record highs. Another turn of the screw tighter Sunday from the president's hardball tactics with the China trade talks, and his pair of tweets look like they could unleash a sharp stock market correction, said Chris Rupke, chief financial economist at MUFG Union Bank, in a note. For weeks now markets have been lulled to sleep on the U.S. trade war with China, thinking an agreement was imminent. No more, trade officials kept saying that a deal was imminent, so the market could be disappointed in the near term, said Bruce McCain, chief investment strategist at Key Private Bank. The positive outlook from Mnuchin and Mulvaney, as well as upbeat commentary from director of Trump's National Economic Council, Larry Kudlow, has often met contradiction from trade hardliners like U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer.
This post received a score of 5,164, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Good thing he didn't tell anyone first. You could accidentally get rich if you knew that was coming.
Imagine how much Trump's golfing buddies are making from Trump's crazy.
It's worse than just playing the market. Look at these golf buddy grifters.
I imagine the inside of his head looks like a pinball machine. Anybody trying to incite a trade off capricious malice is gonna have a bad time.
The trade tariff war has been the first thing to be normalized about the Trump presidency of all of the things he did. I'm sort of pessimistic and think most of his foreign policy and trade legacy will be normalized, because it's so aggressive. Maybe people 4 or 6 years from now will begin to get angry and blame him for his bad decisions, but not until they've tasted the fruits born from the seeds that are being planted now.
This is really just a continuation of the foreign trade policy that the U.S. has been following since Johnson and Nixon. The only difference is that now China is now a real threat to U.S. hegemony in a way that the USSR never was. There was never going to be a solution to the U.S.-China trade issues. What the U.S. is demanding China will never accept. That's why China is building bases in the three-dash-line area to prevent the U.S. running a blockade as they are doing to Iran, Venezuela and North Korea.
Martin Sheen and CNBC even produced awesome documentaries about the problems that occurred after neoliberals like Clinton opened up trade with the Chinese, allowing the Chinese to undercut and pretty much destroy the American manufacturing sector. I don't really agree with his implementation, as it's not really going to work, given the Chinese and Americans are holding guns to each other's heads through various trade agreements. In short, both the Americans and Chinese could ruin each other's economies. I think the Americans still have the higher ground and could sacrifice short-term loss for long-term gain, but the American left hates that now and embraces neoliberalism and globalism that has shown to destroy what once was heavily unionized sectors. These odd switches where you anti-free market Republicans and pro-union crushing trade Democrats makes me feel like I'm in another universe.
Well, he's facing a rough Monday. Better kick over some magazine stands to stir up the news cycle.
What's especially rough about tomorrow? What am I forgetting?
His attorney general gets charged with contempt of Congress tomorrow morning, and then it snowballs.
He's got a distraction lined up, don't worry.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.